this is Cece with YouGotMe Yoga. We are going to do just a relaxing before bed practice. It's dark outside right now where I'm at. So it's just going to be a nice little short, maybe 20 to half an hour minute practice. That's really good to do before bed. You can do it with kids or by yourself if you can get some time for yourself. I do recommend like a nice pillow if you do not have a yoga block. My yoga block's been chewed by my cats and my child. So anyways, just make whatever you have around work. So if you have a block or a pillow, you can sit on it. We're not trying to create heat, we're trying to cool down. So trying to make this practice as comfortable as you can. So I have my block right under my sit bones and just drop those hips. Roll those shoulders down and back. And just close your eyes and start to relax and sink into your body. Start to notice how you're feeling. Become present with your practice. Yoga helps us stay focused by being in the moment, which helps alleviate, anxiety, which is the future usually, and then kind of guilt and depression, which is the past. So yoga helps us stay focused in the moment so we don't dwell on anything. Start to really just relax into yourself. Nice deep breaths all the way to your stomach. You can put your hands on your belly. Every inhale, just relax a little bit more. Release the tension in your face and your neck. You can start to do some slow circles, your figure 8 circles from side to side. If that's too intense, you can gently bring your chin down to your chest and then just sway your chin from side to side to each shoulder like a pendulum. Just try to keep your neck and shoulders relaxed. Just whatever feels good to your neck, just go for it. As you're breathing, closing your eyes. Okay, shrug your shoulders down and back. And again, do that a few times. All right, now we're gonna come into a big spinal circle. So we're just gonna really loosen up that lower back. Whatever feels natural, just breathe and move. If you have to remove your block or your pillow, you can. If you like to circle on your block or pillow, you can continue to do that. Breathing. Go in the opposite direction. Nice deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. You can still breathe out through your mouth if your mouth is closed. It's just easier to get the practice. That Ujjayi breath, that Darth Vader breath. If you open your mouth, you can. All right, come back up to center, nice and loose. Shrug those shoulders a few times again. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Okay, now we're gonna come into staff position. You can still have your block under you if you need it, so those feet just come out ahead of you. So from the side, you should be nice and straight. Your knees are soft, so they're not locked, protecting those hamstrings. Remove the flesh from your sit bones, and then shrug those shoulders down and back. Bring your ears over your shoulders and sit up nice and straight. Close your eyes again. Take some deep breaths. Keep doing that ujjayi breath. Ujjayi breath, sorry. All right, do a little forward fold when you're ready. Just come in as deep into it as you'd like. As usual, just a slight bend, or you can come down really deep and grab the backs of your calves or ankles. Keep your chest lifted, so you're not crunched down like this, but you're lifted up. And from the side, that looks like this. Because it's your practice, it's your stretch. You can really get deep into it, but you don't really want to compress your chest too much. So staying nice and lifted so you feel it more in your tailbone, but your knees are still soft. Even up here. Breathing. All right, inhale, back up, and we're gonna bring our knee to our chest. So just our right knee up and hug that leg in. The closer your ankle is to your thigh, the more intense the stretch is gonna be. So you can be out here if it's too much, but don't tighten up your shoulders. Relax them down, relax your face and your neck and your shoulders. Lengthen up towards the ceiling, but relax down. All right, now bring that leg down towards the floor and we'll come into our splits. And you don't have to get crazy, just whatever is most comfortable. I'm in a tight space, so I'm just making my area work where I need to. So lengthen up and then fold down. You can turn your torso towards your feet and fold over. It just depends on where you want to get the stretch. You can play around, or you can open up towards the ceiling. You can take your left hand to that knee and open up. Just take it easy. So we're getting ready for bed. Elbow over ear. Nice and lifted. You're not crunched down like, if that's terrible, just come down here. This is good for your sciatic and lower back, hips. Inhale, back up. And exhale it out. Other side. Bring those feet out. Left knee to chest. Relax those shoulders down. Soften the face and the neck. Shake it out if you need to. Relax but lengthening. Nice deep breaths. All right, bring that leg down towards the floor and open up to your half splits here. Lengthen up and then turn that torso towards your feet and fold. You can try that first, or you can come up, get a little side stretch, just play around, or bring your right hand to that left knee and open up towards the ceiling. More shoulders in this one. Or if that's too much, you can even practice being up here. If you want to open that shoulder up a little bit, you don't have to hang heavy. Play around with it. See what feels right for your body. Just keep breathing. All right, inhale back up. And then we're gonna come into butterfly, bring those feet together, create a triangle with your legs. The closer your heels are towards yourself, the more intense the stretch will be. You can be on your blocks or pillow for this, or maybe you were on it for that whole time. Just make it work for whatever feels best for you. Relax into this pose again, roll your shoulders down and back. Lengthen up towards the ceiling and then sink in. Soften your neck. Lift your chest up towards the ceiling as you sink down towards your body. Don't hold any tension in your neck or shoulders. You can move your neck around a little bit. That feels nice, to those gentle little figure 8 circles. Now gently push those knees together. You can use your hands to push them up, bring those feet out, and then you can bring your arms behind you and do some windshield wipers. Slowly moving back and forth. All right, now we're gonna come into child's pose, a wide-legged child's pose. So you can use your block for this too. You just put it under your bum and sit on that block. Still bring your toes together and bring your knees as wide as your mat or wider if that feels comfortable, whatever feels most comfortable. And then sink down towards your mat with your chest and rest your head towards the floor. Take some nice deep breaths here with that Ujjayi breath. Breathing deeply in through your nose and out through your mouth. Inhale. Exhale, just release any tension. Inhale. Release that tension, exhale. Inhale up to tabletop. them in a tight space. I'll come back a little bit. So knees under hips, wrists under shoulders, or a little bit further out if your wrists are really sensitive. Kind of shake it loose. Just move whatever feels good. Do some circles or C shapes from your head towards your hips, back and forth. Or you can do those big circles. Kind of a combination. And then we'll come into our cat-cows. So we'll inhale our sit bones and our chin up towards the ceiling. Exhale the cow, stacking up in between those shoulders, tucking your chin towards your chest. Inhale the cow. Exhale the cat. Really exaggerate these movements. Help the spine out. Move back and forth with your breath. One more round. And then come into hero's pose. So on your knees. You can also still have your block under your butt or your pillow if on your knees, or you can put your pillow under your knees. Whatever. And we're gonna come into that cat-cow back here. If you don't like that, you can also come onto standing on knees too. Just tuck your tailbone down underneath your hips so you don't have that really big curve. I'm gonna do it from hero's pose, and then you can interlace your fingers, bring them behind your head. Inhale, lift up towards the ceiling, pushing your elbows back behind you. Exhale, crunch chin and elbows towards your chest. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. One more round. Exhale down. All right. Roll those wrists around. And then we're going to come onto our stomachs. So we're going to thread the needle here. So we'll bring our left arm out, and then our left leg. So you have that frog leg. Let me see. And then we're going to take our right arm underneath us, so we're creating a T with our arms. And then gently roll over. Breathing. Just with every exhale, just release that tension. All right, come back onto your stomach and we'll do our other side. So that right leg kicks out. Let's see. Right arm comes out, left arm under that armpit to create your T and roll on over. if you have, hopefully you have more space than I do. But you just make it work. Keep breathing. All right, roll back onto your stomach, and then we're gonna come into a Sphinx position. So elbows to sides, palms on the floor. Use your palms to lift your chest up towards the ceiling. Relax. Your shoulders aren't like this. They're relaxed down away from your ears. Lift up towards the ceiling. So this is a very gentle back bend, and you can engage your quads. So those leg muscles here. I know this is a weird view for this, but I don't have room to show you from the side. So lift your head up towards the ceiling. You're not down like this. You can press into the tops of your feet and the tops of your thighs. Don't use your lower back to hold you up, but you push into your elbows too. I think that helps the most to lift. If you want to stay here in Sphinx, you can, or you can come into a cobra pose where you're going to bring your arms back where your elbows are and your elbows behind you and lift up off of the mat. If you have lower back problems, be very careful with your cobras. So you're really engaging those quad muscles and lifting with your abs, your quads. Try not to use your lower back so much. Focus on using your stomach. If you hate this pose, come back into Sphinx. And then we're gonna push into tabletop or downward dog. If you're going to tabletop, then push into downward dog. Just meet me there however you need to do so. Remember to put your wrists a little bit towards each other and then push your butt up towards the ceiling or behind you. Melt your heart towards your thighs and bend those knees if you need to. Breathe. And then we're going to come into pigeon pose. So you're going to need your block or your pillow. And we're going to bring our right foot up first. So our right knee is going to come to our left wrist. So it's opposite. And then you're going to sink down. So I'll do that from the side too, but if you have a block or a pillow, you can put it under your hip here or here. So I'll do that from the side too, so you guys can kind of see. So, right knee comes to left wrist, sink down. Look from this angle so you can see. My heel is pointed towards my body, and then my back leg is straight. It's kind of like so good for your sciatic or hips. I love this pose. So you can be up here with that block under your hip on this side, or you can come down, or you can come down on that forearm on your hands. Next time I'm gonna pick a bigger spot to do this. Keep breathing. All right, roll back out of that gently, however you need to get out of that. Be mindful of getting out of the poses as much as you get into them. Then come back into downward dog. You can come into plank to find your length and then push that butt up towards the ceiling. breathe, you can pedal it out a little bit, dropping one knee towards the floor at a time. And other side. So left knee to right wrist. Have your block at your hip if you need it. And stay here. See how my leg is on the inside of my body. It's not underneath me. And sink as deep into it as you can with still being comfortable. You can be up here. Just relax your shoulders. Come down here. We're down here. All right, gently come out of that pose and then come onto your back. We're gonna bring knees to chest right away. Interlace your hands and push those knees down towards you. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Soften your face and your neck. And gently roll back and forth as you breathe. Okay, bring those legs down to your mat. Bring your right ankle to your knee, and you can stay here and push your knee gently away. Or you can bring that left thigh up, interlace your hands behind that knee, and breathe. All right, other side. Left ankle to right knee. Push that knee away. Or bring that right knee up to chest. All right, bring both feet down to the floor, palms up towards the ceiling, and come into some windshield wipers. Nice and slow. Maybe move your neck in the opposite direction your knees are going. All right, now you can get ready for Shavasana wherever you are. Legs up the wall is really good before bedtime, or just regular Shavasana on the floor, whatever is good for you. But I think that was a little bit longer than I anticipated, so I hope that's okay. But I hope this helped you go to bed nice and relaxing. Just continue to breathe and relax, and have a good night.